Hi Virgo, this is going to be a general reading for your sign between the week of the 17th to the 23rd of November. Let's begin. Sorry I couldn't do your reading for last week. I had too much things going on. I'm really tired at the moment as well, but I'm trying to do as many as I can. But I'm doing yours from earth signs first. And then let's see how we go for the rest of the week. But yeah, sorry about that. Let's see what's going on for you here this week. I'm feeling very gleeful. I don't know why. And this is your energy. You're feeling very happy this week. Results is what I'm hearing. You're getting results for your hard work. You've put in the effort to evolve things in your life. Upgrade. New shiny way. Happiness. Gleeful. It's like a poem or something. So I'm just channeling there. So this is what you're going through here this week. It's a combination of your efforts, combination of the work you've been putting in, and this is within yourself as well as your material world. Everything. So if you want to get some jewelry for yourself here, I'm having a message to come in for you about jewelry. If you want to buy yourself a crystal that wants to work with you at this time is black tourmaline or amethyst. If you buy yourself a ring or a necklace, you will greatly benefit from its healing, from its clarity. It will help you be more clear about what you want and how you will get to that point. Pardon me, because I'm seeing you sort of struggle and trying to make decisions. I'm seeing you at crossroads, trying to figure things out, and as you're having difficulty gaining clarity about what decisions to take. There are no wrong decisions in life. There are no shortcuts. I mean, there are shortcuts, but they're not really shortcuts. They're actually long cuts. But you have to go through those shortcuts to get to understand that they're long cuts. You might think I'm talking nonsense, but it's the truth, unfortunately. There are no shortcuts, but to gain clarity would help you a lot. I would say so, because you know, by going the long way around, you do create a lot of delays, and this is what you have already experienced, but it's not happening for you here moving forward. So, oh, I forgot to do this. So, yes, your current energy here. You've been dealing with some sort of conflict. You've had a falling out here with people. This could be your friends. This could be your work. This could be even love, that you've had a falling out here. I'm hearing strongly love. It's like you're in you were in a relationship, and your friends were mutual friends, and like you've broken the relationship, and it's like everyone's attacked you because you're not part of them, if that makes sense. And it's like you've just all of a sudden just like been the enemy, and everyone just turned their backs on you. Like here in the card, it's like everybody's turned their backs, and you're just like, what the hell? That's like they don't understand you. They never wanted to understand you. It's like they're showing their true colors to you at this time. Of like not really being your friends, and you feel like just in general, this is not just in love. This could be in your work at the same time. It's happening in different places. It's like your friends as in general. Um, it's just like a lot of your environments that you're in, they're not matching up anymore. They're not making you feel good. They're making you feel horrible about yourself. They're making you feel uh, not worthy. They're making you feel very insecure about your emotions, about what you should feel. And it's like you're like second questioning yourself about um, who if you're right or if you're wrong. And you're like, maybe I'm the wrong one, but you're not. You're not the wrong one. This is confirmation for you. You're not the wrong one. You're the right one. You've chose your own integrity. You've chose to act in balance, um, act in truth, your truth about who you are and what you want. And this is what's led to this point here. It's like you haven't done anything wrong. It's the person you are with. Again, not all of you will be in love, but I'm getting here very strongly that this is love as well as like your job or your career. This is like a lot of environments, different environments that you're finding conflicts in, disagreements with people, regrets of like why did I do this and why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I messed it up. I messed it up. That's what you're telling yourself at this time. It's because everyone's it's like collectively people are turning their backs on you, and you're like, shit. Like you know, when a lot of people, if it's just one person, you can easily say, you know, it was just them, right? But it's like a collective of group of people have turned their backs on you, and it's making you question yourself about whether you are the wrong one. But this is your confirmation that you're not. This is your confirmation that you're not. You've outgrown this cycle, this group of people, this timeline. You don't belong on the timeline that you're currently on, but you can't see it. This is something energetic. If you could see your energy, it's like if you're shining. You're shining. It's like you're very shiny. Is what I mean by shining. Your energy is very shiny, and I'm seeing like a multitude of colors. I don't know why I'm seeing like, like, when they have those 70s music videos where they got like the disco lights, and it's like you can see all like the colors in the lights and stuff. I'm seeing that for some reason as your energy. It's like you have a very strong spirit, you have a very strong soul, and like you try to be the best person you can be, but it's like people have really been trying to chip at you. People have really been trying to win at all costs with you, make you. This is what's happening to you right now. People are trying to throw you off. You're you're moving from this timeline that you've been on. You're moving up, and they're trying to stop you from moving up. They don't want you to just leave and do whatever peacefully. They want to cause conflict and disagreements to throw doubt within your mind about who you are, about where you're going, about what you've done up until this point in terms of developing your own spirit, developing your own self. They're trying to throw doubt into you so that you question yourself in every way. It's horrible. Like these people have seen you shining. They can't take your shine, and that's why they've tried to. You know what they say? If you can't beat them, join them. And that's what they did, and they couldn't take what was yours from you. They tried in different ways to take what was yours from you. And this is again in love, in career, job, your environment around you, and this has kind of pushed you into this energy of deciding to go down a path that you've never been down before, a path where is unexplored within you, not just within. It's something that is external, physically, like a way of being, a way of doing things, being different, like trying different things, having different experiences that you've never tried before. here in the chariot, the fool finds a chariot on the side of the road, and it's a very regal chariot. And he goes, "It must have been left for me because it's in perfect condition, and there's no one there." He was like, "It must be for me to find at this time." And he jumps onto the chariot, and he wears this armor, and the armor represents the future and what is possible. And to move the chariot in itself, he has to use his will. And this symbol here represents strength of will. And it's like the stronger your heart is, the more connected you are to your heart, the more you let your heart lead, the more stronger your willpower is. And that's how this chariot moves. And this chariot needs to be in balance. The sphinxes here represent a duality of your light self and your shadow self. And and that's how this chariot moves. And you now have had gone on this journey of like really trying to push forwards, trying to move forwards into the next timeline. You don't realize it, but you've been instinctively doing it, trying to level up, not trying to go backwards. Like you know this consciously, that you're trying to level up. You're not trying to go backwards. You don't want to go backwards. But these people have cast a sort of doubt on you of like if you're right or if you're wrong. But you are very determined here. You're very strong in your will. You've taken control of your life here by choosing your truth. And you're taking focused action here, moving forwards. But as you've been doing this, you've kind of lost your empathy. You've kind of lost your heart. It's like you're so focused on your will, because the will comes from the heart, but you can get so lost in the will in itself and not recognize that and forget that it's connected to your heart, that you turn into this energy of like the Four of Pentacles, which is very greedy. It's a very greedy control. It's a very controlling energy. It's the best way to put it. It's a very controlling energy. It's like you're using your willpower here to control situations, to control things for your own security. You're trying to secure things at this time as you're watching me within your life. So this is your energy that you're currently in. You're trying to secure things. You're following. You started off following your heart here, but there's like this doubt, this sort of regrets that these situations gave you, made you realize that you have to win at all costs in every situation. And this is, you started off moving the chariot in a very different way, and it's like now you're moving the chariot, and the chariots, I'm seeing it move slower at this time because you've kind of forgotten that it's connected to your heart. Your will is connected to your heart. The bigger your heart is, the bigger your willpower is. The smaller your heart is, the smaller your willpower is. And you've just been focused on your will so much that you've not realized you've gotten into this state here where energy, new energy can't come in. Here, she's connected, he's connected, sorry, to the spiritual realm. The canopy up here of the stars represents his connection to the spiritual realm, connected to the to divine guidance here. And this is also representative of the star on his head, which is also representative of his crown chakra, where he's able to get downloads, spiritually connected, which allows his heart to get renewed energy as he's moving. But you've sort of cut off that connection by focusing so much on moving forward and not focusing on how you feel about things. Like closing your heart off, making your heart small. And this has turned, it's like your heart has turned into a pentacle. You can see here the heart is shining brightly, and then the heart here has just turned into a pentacle. It's just like you've become materialistic through this sort of breakup that you've had. And it's from pain. It's not because you're changed. I don't think you've changed at all, but it's just pain that you're trying to process as you're going through this. But you've forgotten how to love almost. And this energy is really bad because they're stagnant. It just drains energy and it doesn't allow fresh energy to come. And in the story here, she loses all of these pentacles. She finds this seat, she sits down. As soon as you see her sit down, she drops these pentacles and they all roll down the hill and she loses them. It's a very controlling energy. Like the chariot also moves with control. But it's a different kind of control because there's no reins. The chariot doesn't have any reins. It has a wand, and the wand is connected to your will. The stronger your will is, the more this wand works. But there's no reins to actually, whip these things with, which is like using physical strength for, trying to control things. It's a different kind of control. It's from your heart. It's from your love that you're able to have control, and it's not the same kind of control as like riding a horse, where if I'm probably saying this because you have ridden a horse, um, but when you ride a horse, obviously you have the reins, and you go, you whip the reins, like not actually crack the whip, but like the reins like that. You hold them in your hand, and you kind of like kind of shake them and stuff, right? Um, but here it's like this is what you've. It's like you've just imagined them, these the reins to be there when there actually are no reins. It's like you've created a illusion within your mind by being so focused on moving forward. It's like you've lost the idea of how this chariot actually moves forward because of the pain. Yeah, that's interesting. So let's jump into your reading and see how this week is going to play out for you. It's a very interesting reading so far, but I understand what you're going through here, Virgo. It's a deep, deep pain that you're going through because of these people. They really hurt you, and this is something that's happened to you recently. I'm hearing 2 weeks, maybe last 2 weeks. Within the last 2 weeks, it's happened. So it's really fresh, and it's just like you feel like you're all alone. And this is your confirmation. You're not alone. You are being watched here in the spiritual, nurtured here. Your pain. You're crying. I'm seeing you. You're crying. I'm feeling your energy. Like you have been crying a lot. You've been nurtured a lot. You're being nurtured here in the spiritual. You're not alone. You have a lot of spirits here rooting for your success, rooting for you to be happy. And you're not wrong. It's these people that were wrong. It's because they were more aligned with the other person, and in the job they were more aligned with like a supervisor, a manager, or a boss, and they had some sort of issue with you, and so like people stuck to the power basically. They didn't stick with the truth. They stuck with the fear, and you were standing in your truth. So that makes you the correct one. And this is, you'll get to reap the rewards of standing in your truth here this week. So your theme for the week here is the King of Swords. So the King of Swords, first of all, is a lover. He goes through a deep transformation to move away from being a certain way, where he chases what is the normal, what is accepted. He's born as royalty. He's meant to be heir to the throne, but he's never been interested in the throne. But he's never been able to express himself out of fear that if he does, he'll be cast aside by his father, who is the king. And so he lives a life in almost like invisible, and he has a whole persona that he lives by, and what everybody recognizes him as. But when he finally decides to break free and decide to express himself, this is where this Five of Swords energy comes from. His brothers turn on him and they try to fight him and say he's gone mad because he's fallen in love with a peasant, a common person. And they say he's mad because he doesn't want the throne anymore. But they think it's because of the woman, but they don't realize that he's never wanted the throne. This is the first time he's ever been able to express himself because of this woman. He goes to apologize to her because he made a fool out of her because he didn't know how to act. And so he cussed her basically, and then he goes back to apologize. But the woman is so hurt because she was so madly in love with him, and he was so madly in love with her. But because he cussed her out, she was, she had this whole. Her mother had to console her because she was very She had, what's the best way of putting it? She knew who she was and she knew what she liked, and she was very courageous in following that, no matter what it meant. And so he comes to recognize her for that reason, and he respects her for that reason. That even though they could have killed her basically for saying what she had said to him, that she had affect feelings for him. They could have easily killed her basically, but she still did it anyway because she had to say how she felt. So when he decides to say how he feels, they turn on him. His own brothers turn on him. His own blood turns on him. You know, and at this point he becomes the king. So he goes through this whole journey, and he ends up marrying that woman. So it's like you've been on this deep journey within yourself of like really figuring out how to love yourself, how to figure out what love is. You've been transforming here, and this whole week you're going through is a transformation where you're now actually standing in your truth. I wouldn't even say standing, you're sitting in your truth here, sitting in your authority. It's like you're gaining a lot of respect for yourself here during this week as you're going through, you're understanding why you went through that situation, and you're moving away from this energy here. Pardon me, you're moving away from this energy very quickly here. I don't know how long this has been for. Oh, it's again 2 weeks, yeah. 2 weeks, sorry. You've been in this energy for up to 2 weeks. Um, this is something that's recently happened. I mean, this is a transformation week for you, is the best way I can put it. You're gaining a lot of respect for yourself, a lot of respect, because you're realizing that you were the truthful one, and you're sitting in your truth this week. You're sitting in your authority. You've taken back authority of your life. You're no longer being in situations that are not genuine. You're able to now spot situations for what they are, because you're now sitting in your truth rather than having this persona like he had this persona when he was young of like being afraid to say how he really feels. Well, yeah, again, you could be a female, male, anything in between, trans, whatever. Gender's irrelevant. Um, but it's like you're really able to now express yourself, um, and you're gaining a lot of wisdom about why you went through what you went through. And this week is going to show all of these things to you here. So let's get into it and say exactly what it is you're going through. So between Monday and Wednesday, you're going through this energy of the temperance. So the temperance talks about peace here for you, peace within your energy, peace within your heart, peace within your mind. You're gaining a lot of peace here from feeling defeated, from this Five of Swords energy that you've been going through this situation that you've been in with these people that have left you, with feeling regrets. You're gaining peace here, and you're doing this by really moderating your thoughts, really moderating what you feel, and not allowing other people's energy to be your own energy. It's like you understand who you are, but you take on other people's energy as well. Like you may be an empath where you're able to feel someone's feelings. Yeah, you feel people's feelings, and you try to help them get through their feelings. And it's like by doing that, you've kind of like brought in bad energy to yourself, and you've given away a bit of your energy as well at the same time. But you're moderating yourself. Yeah, look, you've had to protect yourself, energetically speaking, from competition, challenges, people trying to obstruct your way. And this is in terms of your peace. You're bringing peace here by moderating your energy, by saying, these people that have left me with a lot of regrets, that have caused conflict and disagreements within my life, these environments, they weren't for me. They're not part of my purpose. They're not part of what I'm meant to be going. You don't recognize it yet, but you are very close to embarking on your purpose here. You're very close to starting your purpose here. I feel like you've already moved. You're already on the path, but it's like you don't recognize where you're going. You don't recognize where you're going. You don't even recognize where you are. you're actually on the path at this time, but you're gonna recognize the path very soon. Is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing you like walking on the path, and like you're seeing something in the horizon. You're seeing like the sun in the horizon. It's something brightly. It's something glowing, golden. I don't know what it is. It could be a castle. It's something like glowing brightly, and it's like over that way. It's like you've been walking, and it's like you've been walking the earth, and it's like the curvature of the earth, and it's like this. You know, like when you see something over way over the hill, and it's like that. It's like you couldn't see it before because you were far back. It's like you're going higher, as you're ascending more, and it's like you're walking on a path that's going upwards, and it's like curving around, if that makes sense. And as you're moving up, you're like able to see it, that there's something glowing golden. It has a golden glow, and it's glowing very brightly. And this is true happiness for you here. Again, this is a huge transformation week for you. And you're coming into balance as a result. You're coming into balance here as a result of you moderating your thoughts, your energy, your feelings, and saying, no, this is not my reality. This is not who I am. These people, you're recognizing what these people have tried to do to you. These people have tried to make you think you were the bad one. And you're recognizing here that, hey, I'm not the bad one. They were the bad ones. And you're like, I'm not allowing myself to gaslight myself into thinking that I was the one that was wrong, that I was the one that was doing something wrong, because there was many of them and there was less of me. Like I was saying, if it's just one and one, you could say easily that that's that person, but they've intentionally been trying to create doubt within you that you're the wrong one. They've been trying to gaslight you into thinking that you are the wrong one by all turning on you. But you're changing this energy very quickly here between Monday and Wednesday. You're bringing a lot of peace to yourself, and you're doing this intuitively. You're unintentionally moderating your. You will be intentionally doing it after watching this reading, but you're going to be moderating your energy in terms of not allowing your mind to wander off that way and thinking that you're less than what you are, not allowing your emotions to go off and be like, I did something wrong and I hurt people, or I did this or I did that. You're like, no, I stood in my truth, and these people weren't for me. You know, they showed me that they don't want to accept me for who I really am. It's like you decided to show who you were to these people. You decided to finally be vulnerable to people, open yourself up to people, and they turned on you. It's what I'm seeing has happened here. You decided to be vulnerable, but don't worry about these people. The universe, the more vulnerable you are, the universe sees you for your vulnerability and gives you exactly what you want if you're able to be vulnerable. Just in with everyone. When you're not vulnerable, when you don't live vulnerable, like in a vulnerable way, the universe can't give you what you want because there's no way for the universe to give you what you want. You're closed off. How is it possible that the universe can come in? And you have an understanding of this somewhat, I agree, actually, but you're gonna understand this perhaps more by watching me. Um, um, but you're very vulnerable now. It's like you open up, but you have been questioning whether vulnerable is a good idea or not because you have been in this energy. You know, you closed yourself off. Currently, this is the energy that you're in. You're feeling very closed off. You're like, hell no, I will never be vulnerable again. To anyone, but it's between Monday and Wednesday. You're really recognizing it and saying, hey, wait a minute, I tried to show people who I really am. I was always being someone that I didn't feel really connected with. I was always showing someone that I didn't feel was the true me. But why is it as soon as I showed myself to people, these people were like, out of there? It's because they weren't really there for you. They were there for the benefits of being around you. They weren't actually caring about you. They were caring about what they get from you. And this is the what you're realizing here, that you're like, hold on, they're the ones that are wrong. I should be more vulnerable. And you're recognizing here, the more vulnerable that you can be moving forward, the more easier it will be for you to find people that are your people, that are your tribe, that are your community, lovers as well, jobs as well, everything, that you'll be able to find things more easily the more vulnerable you are. If you create personas, you're going to meet people that are like that, and they're not necessarily gonna value you when you show yourself your true self, because they're gonna see you as an actor. Basically, they're gonna see you as a fraud, and you're recognizing that. You're like, oh, maybe I was a bit fraudulent with people. They saw me maybe as like this, but they were also in the wrong, because the way they turned their back on me was not good. The way that they treated you, as these situations became the way that they did, as you broke up, as you, people turned on you. If this is in a workplace, it was something along the lines of like someone made a complaint against you, or something happened and everyone turned on you, and you're recognizing things for what they really are. And so if this is a job, you've left this job as well. But again, like I'm saying, it's different for different of you, but I'm seeing it being more than one thing. It's not just love, it's not just career, it could be friends as well, it could be personally just your environment, family. It's just your environments, different environments. I'm seeing different environments, not just one where this has been happening: conflicts, disagreements, regret. So you're bringing peace to this feeling of feeling defeated, um, between Monday and Wednesday. So Wednesday and Friday, you're going through this energy of the Knight of Cups. So oddly enough, Knight of Cups is about love as well, and the Knight of Cups, he seeks romance, he seeks love. So he grows up in he's the son of a king and a queen, and his mother was a queen who she would go amongst the common people wearing normal clothes, and so when she meets her husband, he's just a traveler. He's just wandering around from place to place and end up falling in love. And so he's the product of them. And so they raised him with a lot of love, a lot of care. They taught him how to be spiritual from a young age. And you're somebody that's very spiritual. You've been spiritual from a young age also. Like, you've had a knowing of spirituality from a young age. And you're connected. You understand you're connected as well. You follow your heart as much as you can, and you are embodying this energy once again. Even in a much better sense, you understand that you're being guided to have a better life here, and you're going to be taking it to the next level of really, really following your heart here, not allowing yourself to again take on other people's energies and try to soothe them as what they're going through, because you have an energy exchange. When you try to soothe people from their pains, you have an energy exchange where you give your good energy to them and they give their bad energy to you, and you end up taking on their karma. So you have been taking on people's karma here, is what I can see. And when you take on people's karma, it delays what's meant for you, for your life, basically. But you're seeking love here. You're following your heart, and your heart's leading you to new love. You're gonna bump into someone very charming. They're gonna charm you, whoever this person is, and you're gonna charm them in some kind of way. And you're gonna be overcoming some sort of barrier by being with this person. This is a new love coming in for you. And even if you're single, this is new love coming in for you. This is where your heart is leading you. Your heart is leading you towards love. I see that you are focused on your finances. I'm reading your energy. You're focused on finances. You're focused on stability. When you've already been in this energy of the Four of Pentacles, and she's all about financial stability, financial security, financial control. But it's like your heart is leading you somewhere else. Your heart is leading you towards love. Because that's what's really going to allow for you to have a financial upgrade is love. Understanding love and experiencing love to a greater degree than you ever have. And here in the Knight of Cups, he ends up going on this quest to find his love, being inspired by his parents. He goes on this quest to find love for himself, and he ends up finding love, and he gets married himself. And they have a very loving relationship. But this is the beginning of it, where he sets off to find love. So he sets off on his own quest, and this is kind of what you're doing as well. It's like you're on a quest here, to go into a new chapter within your life, and you don't know how it looks like. That's the funny thing. And it's like It starts off by you following your heart, but whatever happens, you're gonna be very successful. You're gonna be very successful, very happy and grateful that you decided to follow your heart. You're going to be very happy by this, believe me. And this is going to happen between Monday and Wednesday. It could be some sort of situation here where it's like you're like, should I do this or should I do this? And logically you're thinking about it like, well, it makes more sense I should do this, but I really, really feel like doing this. Go with that feeling that you feel like. Don't fight yourself. Don't fight your own heart. Your heart is leading you. When you make a decision from your heart, you can never be wrong. Trust me, you can never be wrong if you follow your heart. You can never ever be wrong. But when you follow your mind, you can be wrong. And again, the mind is plugged into the matrix. If you watch the matrix, when they get plugged into the matrix, they have the sockets on the back of their heads. The vision, the senses, all the senses are connected to the matrix, except for the heart. The heart's not connected to the matrix, and it's the heart that allows you to connect to your intuition. Without your heart, you can't connect to your intuition. So clarifying the 10 of Pentacles is the 9 of Cups. So this is speaking about contentment, fulfillment, dreams coming true, material happiness. So this is some sort of money coming in for you here by you following your heart. As you're like romanticizing. You're like romanticizing your life here, your journey through life. You're romanticizing where you're going next. And this is kind of creating this situation for you where some sort of money is coming in for you here by you following your heart. I feel like the next stage for you to level up in requires you to follow your heart from a loving place. It's like you begin this quest to follow love. And this is love for yourself here. This also could be someone. This could be someone that you're bumping into here that's going to make you feel very happy. It's going to make you feel very content and abundant. Like your dreams are coming true. It's going to allow you to really break free of chaos, break free of like opposition, conflict, disagreements. These people that you've been around, it's going to allow you to sort of like be in this energy of having this very strong mind and being truthful and empathetic towards yourself and honest about what you want. Like you won't have to make yourself small to fit in any kind of situation. It's a quest you're beginning here. This is a quest you're beginning here. This Knight of Cups, it's like this quest of love. Like you're shifting your attention from this energy of the Four of Pentacles, focusing on money, focusing on security, control of money, finances, to going, I want a life full of love, where I love my life, basically. And this is what's attracting wealth in for you. And it's coming in here between Wednesday and Friday, because this is like a dream come true situation. And you're manifesting this very strongly at this time because you're following your heart. Again, like I say, this is going to allow you to be free from situations that are like this, causing conflict, disagreements in the future. And it's going to allow you to be in this Queen of Swords energy, where you can see she cuts the head off this guy. I'm seeing as this sort of situation here with people that are trying to cause conflict and disagreements. Like you're able to be honest, empathetic, and truthful to yourself, and be like, this is not for me, this is not what I want, that's it, I'm not going to give my energy, I'm not gonna give these people any time, whoever they are, or situations when they present themselves within your life. But you're gaining money here, and you're manifesting this very powerfully at this time here, Virgo. Uh, this money is going to allow you to move, and it's going to allow you to traverse this barrier. I'm seeing this water here as a barrier where he's not able to get over, but it's like you're overcoming this barrier by choosing to follow your heart. It's very powerful. You're shifting from this to this. And this is also tying back into your theme of the King of Swords, of like really being truthful, being taking authority of your life. And not just that, but the King of Swords is also a masterful person. So it's like you're mastering yourself very deeply. You're no longer having this sort of controlling aspect of yourself. You're understanding here the chariot doesn't move by you controlling. The chariot moves from your heart. The bigger your heart is, the more your chariot will move faster. The bigger your heart is, the more stronger your willpower. The smaller your heart is, the less will you have, the less willpower you have. Interesting. And I can attest to that. But money's coming in for you here. Let's clarify this a little bit more and see exactly what this is. I can't make this up. I said it. I hate when I say it. Two of Pentacles is about manifesting. Even though his environment is chaotic, this juggler, the juggler, he's able to juggle one pentacle and create one from nothing. It's literally by magic he creates one more pentacle. And this is what you're doing here. You're manifesting, man. You're manifesting this money out of nothing, and this is from you coming into balance and harmony within yourself. This is how he's able to do it. He's able to come into balance and harmony within himself. He makes a decisive decision that this is what he needs to do, because you can see things around him are turbulent, and his footing is off, but he comes into balance. He says, and he makes the decision that he needs to come into balance. He needs to come into harmony with what he's got in his hand. So he's juggling this one pentacle around, and that one, as he's juggling it around, he's able to maintain his balance, maintain his harmony, and he creates another pentacle, which you're doing here as manifesting here. So this is some wealth coming in for you. This could be an inheritance. I'm hearing inheritance due to negligence. Due inheritance because of negligence from people. People have neglected you when you shouldn't have been neglected. You should have been someone from a young age that was always cherished. This is deep. You were a very bright child, very bright, not in terms of intelligent, but your energy was very bright. Like people loved you as a child, people adored you as a child, and then as you grew up, people that you were supposed to care for you didn't care as much for you anymore because you had started to grow up, and it's like that led you into a toxic way of being. And you've been on this deep transformational journey for 6 years. You've been on a deep transformational journey, unearthing yourself. It's like you've been buried. Like you didn't even, like, it's like you knew who you were and then you forgot, and then you sort of were buried, and it was just something that was imaginary, if that makes sense. And you've been unearthing all of that for like the last 6 years. And this is why you came into this position of trying to speak your truth to people, and then the people didn't appreciate. They thought that they saw you as a threat because you were too outspoken. But this is your blessings. This is your karma, um, to help you level up in life because you deserve this. Again, this is the situation that happened. It's not just love. This could be work. I've seen multiple situations. So it could be like your work and just your personal life. It could be work and love, or it could be love and your personal life. Like, personal life is in relationships, like, around you, people around you, even when you're walking down the street, like, conflicts, disagreements, people giving making you feel regrets of like, why did I do this? Why did I do that? It's very interesting, though. Very interesting energy. It's like you're gaining this enlightenment through this process between Monday and Wednesday. You're really gaining new perspectives about who you are to a deeper level, much deeper level. You're recognizing yourself for what you're capable of achieving and capable of doing in life compared to what you thought before. It's like you're finally now realizing your worth. And because you're worth a lot, you're worth a lot. You are actually worth a lot here. So anyway, between Friday and Sunday, we're going through this energy of the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups here speaks about your dreams coming true. So your dreams are starting to come true here, and we had this already between Wednesday and Friday as this, this gift is coming in for you, this wealth. I want to say it's a gift. It's more like a wealth coming in for you. It's due to come in for you, this wealth, and this wealth is going to make you feel very happy, very grateful that it's come in for you. And you're in this energy of the Nine of Cups as is before the week begins, before Friday. Every Friday, between Friday and Sunday, you're in this energy for the rest of the weekend, feeling very content, very abundant, very fulfilled. I don't know if you can see it, but his cheeks are very rosy. It's like he's happy, very happy about things. He's got his arms crossed, he's sitting very comfortably with, these cups all behind him. It's just like a victory for him, a huge victory for him. And you're feeling very happy. You're feeling joyful, delighted, feeling warmth, positive energy. It's like spiritually and physically, you're feeling very happy. You're blessed here by the sun in itself. The sun is blessing you. It's like the sun is casting down, these drops of happiness. I don't know if you can see them. It's like drops of ecstasy, drops of happiness upon you. The foundation has been built finally. It's like I was saying, the last 6 years you've been unearthing yourself, and it's like you were building a foundation for your castle, for your dream life, because the foundation on what you were built on wasn't gonna allow for you to grow as much as you would like. It was like the tower, because it didn't facilitate big growth. What you needed not was a tower, but a castle. And the tower in the situation does fall. The tower does fall at some point because it's built on false foundations. But these foundations is what you've been really healing. You've been unearthing and building these foundations in your spiritual and physical, using your will. The last 6 years you've been using a lot of your will to get through things, and it's paying off here this week in a major way. And you're becoming very honest, truthful, empathetic towards yourself about the journey you've been on. You're realizing how strong you are. We have the King of and Queen of Swords here. So this is very powerful energy. Again, these are the two lovers, These are the two lovers. And they create their own new kingdom. And it's interesting because I also said that you're building a castle, that you've been laying the foundations for the castle. The foundations are now built. So now the rest of the castle can be built easily. And the rest of the castle that needs to be built is the lavish stuff, the expensive stuff that you need inside of the castle. It's like you're gaining a lot of confidence here. You're now able to plan for your future, making decisions. It's a huge discovery you're making about who you are this week. By shifting your attention, it all lies in this shift of attention from this Four of Pentacles energy to which is about controlling money. Money, thinking about money, being worried about finances, chasing finances, and instead you're chasing love. You're like, I want to live a life. I don't care about the finances. I want to live a life where I'm in love with my life, and that's shifting your energy majorly. So let's pull out some challenges for you to see what things are trying to stop you here this week, Virgo, and what is trying to bring you down. Again, these challenges, if you've never seen before, will show up in one way or another. But depending on how you carry yourself, they might not affect you to a great deal. So your first challenge here is the Seven of Pentacles. So a challenge here is you kind of like doubting yourself about your own success, feeling like your success is unfulfilled, feeling like you're not growing, feeling like you've invested and planned and invested into the wrong thing. Invested in yourself, you've invested in yourself, but it's like just a doubt that's appearing, making you think that you're being delusional, that things are not actually the way that they are, but they are. It's just this doubt that these people have tried to cast this shadow upon you by making you question yourself, and it's like you feeling like you're on your last legs, it's like you don't know what's next, you don't know where you're going, and you're like, I'm on my last legs, I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling drained, and I'm feeling like I can't get to this point where I can be very abundant, I can be wealthy, I can be fulfilled by my life, I can take leadership of my life, It's like you've been practical and confident, but it's like you don't know if you can continue doing that because it's hurting you, and it's like you're carrying this sort of burden. You're feeling like you're on your last legs, and you're not growing. You're going in the wrong direction. You're not. This is just a challenge for you here this week that's trying to creep up over you, trying to make you feel like you're trying to bring you down, trying to make you unhappy, trying to make you stay in the same reality, stay in the same timeline. You are jumping timelines here, but these challenges obviously are trying to stop you. So don't give them energy as they appear. But if this is your own thought process as well, distract your mind from this thinking. Don't allow yourself to go all that way and think deeply about your doubts, about things that are not working out for you. Focus on the things that are working out for you. Focus on yourself and your own idea of what love for your life, what is a loving life for you, what is something, the way that you can live, that you can really love your life. Like, what path is it? What things can you do day to day that makes you love life? Like, what is it that you would want to do every day when you wake up, during the day, for breakfast, during the day, whatever. Like, what is a way of life for you that you would love? And just stay away from that energy that's trying to bring you down. So let's pull you out an outcome here to see what is your outcome. So the outcomes are kind of crazy. Let's get you one more. So your outcome here is, first we have, there's like a series going on here. So your outcomes for the week here. So by the end of the week here, your first one is the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is basically talking about taking cunning actions to move away from the lies, deceivers, betrayers. It's like you are taking cunning actions within yourself, within your mind, within your emotions, of like really stopping yourself from going down a negative path, allowing yourself to get into the worst feeling possible from a single thought. Basically, you're stopping yourself short when you start to think negatively, feel negatively, and saying, well, that's not me. That's not what I think about myself. I value myself and I respect myself and I love myself. And this is what the cunning action is that you're taking here. You're moving away from being in a state of conflict within yourself to being in a state of acceptance. And this is allowing you to gain much more clarity about this energy you've been in of the Four of Pentacles, of like really trying to waste your energy on focusing on finances so much and not living life, not actually living life, but like just being like a machine where you're just money in, money out, money in, money out, money in. And it's like you're not able to explore your personality, you're not able to explore your likes and dislikes and stuff because you're so focused on money, and you're moving away from that now, and by following your heart. And this is allowing for new opportunities, new ideas, growth, inspiration, and creativity. This could be in love as well. You might feel like having kids all of a sudden, but it's your energy is becoming free. This energy is hoarding energy, and it traps energy. It doesn't allow your energy to move in the direction you want to. It's not a vulnerable energy, it's an invulnerable energy. And in this energy, the universe can't give you what you want. And you lose what you have already because it's a stagnant energy. And you're freeing yourself from that energy. Your energy shifting and allowing the universe to come in through other ways, with new opportunities and ideas for you. And we have also the Prince of Swords, which basically talks about you becoming very clear within your mind, becoming very clear in your ideas, having a lot more ideas, able to express yourself and communicate more easily than you ever have, again because you're being vulnerable. Now the more vulnerable you are, the more authentic you are, and the more authentic you can be day to day in, day out, the more easy it is to be you and not be a persona, which makes you feel like you're always missing something or lacking something. So it's really going to benefit you in the short term and in the long term. And your final one here for you is the Nine of Pentacles. So by the end of this week here, you're going to be enjoying some sort of luxury, some sort of abundance here, independence, feeling very independent, material gain. You're having solid material gain here between Wednesday and Friday. Let me know how it goes, because it's something significant that is coming in. I'm not going to say it. I almost said it. Wealth, fulfillment, leadership, taking leadership of your life, being practical and confident, freeing yourself. You're freeing yourself. It's like you're no longer having this financial burden, and it doesn't come from you doing anything other than just shifting your attention, shifting your energy from being in this state of like chasing money. And this is not just woo-woo, like like I'm gonna follow my heart because this is what's gonna bring this money in. No, it's not like that. It's like a deep thing that you're going through, that you're like, this has never brought me happiness. Being like, this has never brought me happiness. It's a miserable energy. You know this already. That just chasing money doesn't make you happy, and you're shifting your attention from that to following your heart, having a life of love. Like, what can I do in my life that makes me feel love for my life? That what makes me love my life, makes me love my path, makes me love everything about my life. This is what this energy you shift, and this is what creates this whole big change, this whole thing, this whole time you've been thinking. The more you chased it, the more you used your will to chase money, the more money would come in. It's not like that. It's just made your heart smaller, and as your heart's smaller, your willpower is more smaller. But as your heart becomes big now, your willpower becomes big. You've done the work already, and it's like money's coming in here very strongly for you this week. So congratulations for you, Virgo. I'm going to leave your reading here. If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, my website is down in the description. Other than that, have a fantastic week, and I shall see you soon.